We all want to attract the right sort of things in life. We all want to believe and hope that great things come our way. But no one really talks about the work that we have to put in for ourselves, that we can control what we receive and how much we are receiving. No one really shines light too much on that sort of control when it comes to the things we can't see. And I will also mention that when it is being shown to us, it's not in the best example, because you have people that use objects to attract things. But the Creator says all you have to do is ask. All you have to do is tell Him. Now, there's many factors that go into that. When you ask of something, what are you asking for? My Father, at least, says, ask and you shall receive according to the purpose. Instantly, that tells a decent person, common sense, that if I'm asking of just any and everything may not be according to the purpose. Because I can go ask of something from someone else that's creating it. What is it that we're asking for is the question. I don't think the question should always be, or the why. Why am I not receiving this? Why are you not hearing me? That's not what your first question should be. And who it's to. Your question should be for you. And it's, what am I asking? According to your Father, and according to your Father's purpose for you, may differ. There are people that have a different Father. My Father may not be your Father. And my work is not the same as yours, and my purpose is not the same as yours. So you can go and ask your Father of certain things, and He will give to you according to His purpose. Do you think that I would have to depict that? I'm sure I wouldn't for people that understand and see, but I will, because this is the book of everything that I know. If your book is the ruler, if your Father is the ruler of this world, He goes by many names. Let's just call him Satan. We know Satan has a will. He has a purpose. Judging from what we bear witnessed, rightfully so, living here, he's more vanity. He's more everything on the surface. It gotta glitter, gotta go, gotta look good, right? Because everything wants to be, everything anyone needs or wants, or wants to dream about, should be good, wants to look good, feel good. But he focuses on the outside. He focuses on the surface. He focuses on this world, worldly things. In this world, this is a worldly, physical materialism, what I can see, what I can touch. So if you're asking for things you can see, what you can touch, you will receive those things. If you're asking for anything that's going to make you look better, you're going to receive those things. Vanity. You want big boobs? He gonna give you big boobs. You want a big booty? He can buy you a big booty. He can create for you a big booty. You don't want to no longer walk and use your 2 feet? You want to drive? Okay, we will give you cars. How many do you want? You want 5? You want 10? You want to be greedy? Because listen, that's all the fruit of me. See, to Satan, he don't see it as foreign. He doesn't see it as like a bad thing. He see you as his seed. Like, yeah, you want 10? Matter of fact, how about 20? He's filled with greed. He can give you those things. So not only can he give the things that we can see on the surface that reflect what people can see, not know, but see. He also is filled with greed. So you start to have that sort of fruit, the fruit of your father. Those are the things of the world he can give. And so he gives to his own, their rewards, their trophies, money. He can put money into your bank account because this is his world and his purpose, his creation. He's created a system. He's created money. He's created cars. He's created these things. He's created potions and poison. Potions. People don't want to consider it poison. Potions. Poof, poof, poof. Throwing this in there. Throwing a little toe. A little bit of here. Potions. Poof. And then we're going to call this spirits because it's from the underworld, And they can't see that, but we're going to make it look nice. We're going to put it in a glass bottle. We're going to name it a certain, rainbow. We're going to call it rainbow. Matter of fact, we're going to sell it on these holidays. I was gonna say a day, a pagan day, but we'll just say holidays. Keep it short and simple. We're gonna advertise it. We're gonna profit up. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We get it. Potions. He can give you that. He can sell you this. He can sell you this dream, this temporary dream, because you can only but go so far. So you want cars? Okay, you can have as many cars as you want. And then what? You can't go any further than that. You want fame? Okay, we'll give you fame. Everyone knows you. You're on every television. We're booking you on movies. We're booking you for concerts. Okay, that's it. You got fame. That's what you wanted. We're giving you the money. Okay, you're a trillionaire. That's it. You can't go no further than that. I don't have to tell you. These people can tell you. if they confess up to it and say, but I'm still alone, I'm still empty, but that's their story. Okay, I'm just here to tell it short and sweet. They can only go but so far, because this world is infinite, is it not? But does Satan have the power? No, he only has the power in this world. He is the ruler in this world. That is why every time we come into this world, he is the authoritative figure. He can prosecute us, but he cannot prosecute us outside of this world. So that is why we're bound to it, because we can't leave. But once we're set free. So my father may not be your father. So when you're asking or attracting these things, understand why you may not receive it. I have come to realize, even though I don't ask for much, I don't. The closest, God is my witness, the closest that I've actually lately, let's say in the past, last year, is when before I go to work, I'm like, oh, I hope I get it, decent, those things. Like, you hope that your labor is decent. My God, like, I find myself before work, before, going into the plantation, just saying, like, let it be like decent. Like, I'm still even asking of just decency. I'm not asking for things that I know, I know I gotta go to the plantation. I know that. Because I can all day talk about how, please set me free, please set me free. But this ain't that. This is the day that you got to go to the plantation. So what you talking about? So the most that I can ask is, let it be a good day. Let it be a good night at the plantation. Please don't let it be hard on me. Don't let it be hard on me, because you know what? I got to go back the next day. Matter of fact, this is going to be a busy week because I have to put in hours this week. So it's like, oh, Father. You talk about asking for stuff, not to compare what I ask and what a person asks, but God dang, like, let's be real. I'm asking for decent things that, like, literally can change my life, and you working at the plantation your whole life, you need to be asking for leniency when it comes to those places, because that's the place that you're a slave in, right? That's the place that's going to keep you being able to live the way you want to live, keeping your sanity, keeping people probably in your home loving you right now, because it ain't true love, right? Like, from the illusion of it. If you're going to ask of things, this is not a secret, you may think like, but it seems that way, because it's like, you don't know. If you're going to ask of things, please, wherever your plantation is, whatever is in your plantation, whatever they got you doing, you want to pray about that. You want to ask your Father for leniency and decency, because once you go into those plantations, your spirit is already left outside the door. You see what I'm saying? Do I have to go deep? You see how there is symbolism on these corporations. Before you go into these buildings, your spirit just, that window, those people that be like in the box, they be having their hands like, like, ooh, like they looking like they're trying to find a way out, but they hit this wall. That's what happens. It's like your battery goes. However I want to depict this, we get the message. Telling you everything. Those are the signs to show you, wait, hold on. Where am I entering? Because something just came upon me. Something just left from me. or I just don't feel like high vibrational. You're just in the mood to work because that's what they expect. Like, get to work, get the work in, whip, like you whipped in place, it ain't time to be you. It ain't time to be holy. It ain't time to be God's daughter, my house. That's what it feels like. Like that's what you're signing up for, because it's just like you are in their house. You are doing their work when you were just at your father's house doing his work. Two different places, two different energies. And one where you have a choice and you're free, and one where you don't have a choice and you're a slave. And in between that, because I don't really like the in between, but in between that, to make sense of it, hold on, my mind's fluttering. For real. In between that is the will. See that? To make sense of this, in between, that's what keeping all this steady and sane is the will. Why am I free and then why am I a slave? Why do I have a choice and not have a choice? And the same, how can I control it and not control it? Like, don't have control. You have will and then you don't have a will. Because in between, there is one already made for you. So there's a scripture that says your life is not your own. Well, there's your answer. Well, there's your depiction. Listen, no preacher told me this. I live in this. Basic sense told me it. I don't know. Think what's in me. Think what's in me. You see, I'm using my experience. Like I'm home right now. I'm free. I feel goodity good. I can get jiggy with this. Well, the best I can. Now, I'm not home. This is a dwelling, but you get the message. I'm free. I can choose. I'm working, doing my father's business, doing minding my business. But then I'm in a system. I'm in another will. I'm in someone else's will. I can't forget that. So some people could say, oh, you have control. I do. But in this world, I still don't. It's weird. It's you do, but you don't. You don't, but you do. Because it's the will. The will allows you to have some and don't have some. The will allows you to be free until you're not free. Until you're finally free. And that's when the will's fulfilled and you're free back home, can get jiggy with it. Ain't gotta flip flop and stuff. Ain't gotta be looping like Alice, like wake up, falling asleep, wake up, awake, fall asleep. It's just so complex here. Some days you're good, some days you're not. Your battery's always, your spirit is always blinking. No wonder why the body is always in this state of adrenaline. Don't be surprised when you wake up and your heart is just beating. Beating like you can feel it, your body's shaking. Truthfully, obviously there's many reasons for it. You can be dehydrated, things like that, right? There's no pain in your heart, but you can just tell. It's like usually when you are in a deep sleep, it's usually those power naps where you wake up instantly because you're probably even tired. You see your body's under stress. So even stress, there's nothing wrong with your heart now. You don't have heart issues, but it's just warning you, right? Like if you're working hard, you're exerting yourself, your heart's going to beat fast. When you're nervous, you're anxious, your heart's going to beat fast, even if you are at rest, right? You're restless. You're physically laying down, but your body under stress. Poor heart, right? Bless our heart. Cherish our heart. But our heart is, it's only doing and it's only reacting. And then there's heart issues and those sort of things. If your heart is hurting, then you need to go and get that checked out. If your heart is, yeah, like if there's pain accompanied by that, then it's a little far more than that, right? Like you maybe needed to lean off some foods that you're eating. But just to keep it basic, like, when our heart is beating fast, it's usually when you're healthy, you're under stress. Your body's just reacting because it's under stress, adrenaline, stress. You just woke up, adrenaline, stress. You woke up abruptly, someone scared you, adrenaline, stress. And the reason why you sort of realize your heart is beating a bit faster, because again, you're healthy. There, you don't have pain. There's no like, oh, my heart's aching and it's beating fast, right? Because we could run, and it's beating fast and it's aching. Don't stress your heart out like that now. Don't stress your heart out. But the reason why is because you're in a constant physical rest, and that's what it is. You feel your heart beating. And since it's beating so fast, not hard, because when it's beating hard, you definitely feel that. It's boom, boom, but it's just beating fast. You feel like a shake. If you stay so still, you can feel that shake. It's like a silent, no pain shake. And like I said, we got to stay hydrated, and, it's just stress. It's just stress. And I will have to say that it did happen to me. It happened to me yesterday. Well, let me say this, not last night, but the night before. I fell asleep, and then I woke up around maybe 1 a.m. and it woke me up. Like I just happened to wake up, and I'm laying there right when I wake up, and I feel myself shaking, but it's not like, it's, you can just tell when your heart's beating fast. You just can, it makes you shake. And so I put my, because I didn't feel any pain. So I'm like, okay, is that my heart beating? Like, is that what's making? So I go to feel my heart, and indeed, there was no fear, but I was worried, like I don't have fear anymore. So fear didn't come upon me. And for a second I was thinking, like, is it going to come upon me? Because I'm kind of worried. I'm like in the moment of like feeling it, because that's kind of like alarming when, it's not normal for you, like this is not something that you normally experience. But yeah, it's just that it wasn't beating hard. It was like one of those things where you just wake up abruptly to your heart beating fast, almost like someone scared you, or you were in a deep sleep and you just woke up. Literally, like someone done snatched you up spiritually and like, wake up. But when you open your eyes, no one's there, but you still feel like someone just abruptly woke you up, like abruptly. Because it's like how you feel, like your heart. It's like, okay. Now, again, for me, I need to hydrate more and consistently. So that's one of those things. And I mean, it could be a lot of things, but overall, of course, it is ultimate stress. I wouldn't consider myself stressed, but the work that I do, I'm always doing it. It's on my soul. But is it am I to say, oh, it's destroying me, oh, it's weighing on my health? No, but it can. It can if I was angry, right? Like if I was, if I spoke on the council and I was coming from an angry place, then it's like you're asking to be destroyed, you know? So all I'm saying is that I'm just using my personal experience, because it's just to say that we all need to hydrate more consistently. Because again, I could be hydrated this week and then be dehydrated next week because I'm not consistently fueling myself properly, right? And then just taking care of your body, you know, having movement, because remember the heart is a muscle. So it's like, it's good that you move around. That's what the body's made for. So don't be scared to like feel like you're going to overwork. Now, there's a thin line. There's, you know, people that overwork themselves. That's unhealthy, right? A little too much, a little too little. You got to find the balance. And I think we all are decent enough to know the balance when it comes to, okay, I need to get enough fuel in my body without overly doing it, or I need to get movement in, and work on my muscles than to overly do it. No, right? All you need to do is just do your typical, like just getting up every day, right? Taking a walk, do a morning walk, do a evening walk, do a night walk. That's enough. Ain't nobody saying you need to be running and practicing for the I don't know, practicing to to do a track meet race or something. I know my mind just kind of went blank there, but we get it. No one's asking for that. If you're not a pro athlete, and that's the thing with pro athletes, they have a really hard time when they get older, or eventually, you know, with their muscles and things like that, and their tears and wears. It's like, we're not that. Okay, we're not signing ourselves up to do that. We're not sacrificing literally our body for that. Like, if I'm gonna race you, we'll do that, but it ain't gonna be what I have to do or what I need to do. We'll do it because when I'm ready to. Like, no one's gonna tell me we gotta race, we gotta do this all day, every day. No, I don't. Can I walk? No, we gotta run. Oh, because walking is just good enough. You know, pacing, that's good enough. Like, you don't have to run now. It's all right to walk. You know, you find someone running the whole time. It's like, wow. You know, I get the endurance is there. You built up the muscle memory. But for our walkers out there, keep walking. Keep walking, because that's all it takes. Because listen, you could speed walk, you could slow walk. You could walk. All right. But yeah, so just to milk it, yeah, I woke up and it's just like, it was a wake up call in those few minutes, because it was silent. It was 1 a.m. It was quiet. And again, I was worried a bit because it's my heart, right? And yeah, in my mind, I figured like, oh, you know, I just woke up, but still, no, because it ain't like every day I wake up and my heart is beating a bit faster to where, you know, my body is like moving noticeably. And that's how I knew that my heart was beating fast, because it wasn't beating hard to where it was pumping out of my chest. See, there's so many different levels to it. So I knew I wasn't like nothing. I wasn't like too, again, the spirits was like, listen, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But to me, it's just still naturally something I'm going to worry about, because it's like, are you okay? Like, are you okay, my honey? You know, I'm my baby. So it's like, okay, I'm over here like, Father, fruits and veggies. That's it. You know, because of course, you know, I always want to move into this enlightened phase in my life where, you know, I'm good over here, but there's certain things I still need to work on, you know. And again, it may be normal to someone else, but for my body, for me, and what I would like, I want to like truly be on this way, this path where I'm just eating clean, right? Not, oh, I went to go get some fried rice because I love some rice, right? Or some shrimp. Like, it's just like, I can do really good. And then that's the thing. It's like, I'm not hard on myself naturally. And that's another reason why I'm still graceful with myself. But let's be real. Like, I have things that I need to set in place. And only I can do that. I know how I need to look, how I want to feel, how I'm supposed to be looking. I can't reach that if I keep falling back. I can't. So I can say, okay, we're not doing this, we're not doing that, but I'll go back. And it may not go back into the cheesecake and this and and the chips. No. I'm past that. But it's still not enough because it's like I'm still feeding myself things that breaks out my skin, fried things, unhealthy things that contain more things that will be against me than for me. I'm not saying that the fruits and veggies don't have poison on it, but the chances of it fighting against me is least. Like, I'm sure I'm going to get more nutrients from a fruit, veggie, and natural grains than me ingesting fried food or dead meat that Lord knows how long it's been dead. And that is why there's preservatives for that, okay? To make sure the color is still vibrant, pumping in whatever you want to pump in to keep it, inflate it. So I wanted to share that because it wakes me up. It wakes me up. And because it did. It did wake me up. It did wake me up. And that it woke you up because it's like, what woke me up? Like, what else would have woke me up at that time? And I woke up so, again, I say it woke me up abruptly, but not like I woke up like, oh, no, it was like spiritually abruptly because my heart was beating fast. So something spiritually or, internally. But I woke up very gentle. Like, I just kind of opened my eyes, like, boom, I'm up. And it wasn't like I opened my eyes to be tired still and I'm about to go back to sleep or I'm turning over. It was like, nope, we up. It was that. It was like, the sign, like, I want you to wake up and I want you to feel this. So in the spirit, they're shaking me like, because I want her to feel this heart beating. We're not gonna put fear in her though. We're not gonna make it hurt. We're not gonna let it pound, but it's gonna be beating fast, and she's gonna feel it. Cause I'm over here trying to I'm like, hold up, let me feel this, cause I'm already feeling it seeping through me. I already feel the shake while I'm laying on the bed. So I get up, and I feel my heart, and indeed. It's just boom, 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 boom. But it's very gentle. It's very gentle, but it's there. It's like, where the heart is implanted. It's there in place. It ain't shaking abruptly, but it's definitely in place, just beating boom, 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 instead of boom, 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 or instead of boom, boom, boom. I don't want to scare nobody, but instead of all this boom, boom, like you hear, beating outside your chest, instead of that, or instead of it dropping like boom, boom. Nah, it ain't doing that. It's just listen. Boom, 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 boom. So I had to literally feel it. Like, okay, there it is. Okay, I feel you, boo. I feel you. Oh, I gotta take care of you. So it just like anything And I'm sure people wouldn't know this if they don't have health issues and things like that. They never been through much, right? They're growing up though. You're growing up. You're starting to see signs and things like that. It's just like, ooh, hold up. What's up? What you trying to tell me? Before you have to go to them and them tell you something like, oh, you're dehydrated, or you under stress, you anxious, like what's going on right now? What's going on? Because your labs look good. Your heart is healthy. So are you stressed? Yeah. Yeah, I can't even lie. Like, even if I can say, oh, I'm not stressed, I'm fine. God loves me. God loves you. It's like, no, we don't want to hear that. What are you doing daily? Oh, okay. Well, I work for my father. I be about my father's business. What does that consist of, ma'am? Well, I have to go places physically that I don't want to go in the plantation. I'm a slave. And then I also have to go places psychologically. Okay, and so when is this being done? All day and all night? Oh. Okay, yeah. So you got two options. You can either take this hydro, we'll give you a prescription. You can take this because your blood pressure is high right now too. Okay. You want to wait till you go there and them tell you that, or do you want to take care of it? Because you already know what you have to do. Because remember, your heart is healthy. You're happy. You're healthy. Your labs are good. You already know what's up because you already know your lifestyle, right? You know that you need to drink more water. You know that you need a little more fruits and greenery in your diet, and you need to work on your walking, your muscle, your heart. All that helps with the stress. The heart don't want no lazy stress. They said if you're gonna stress me out, then you better work. You better be doing something for the betterment of us. Amen. So that's what I'm saying. That yes, it's okay. It will be all right. And then I will say this again. For a second, of course, naturally, I'm worried. I said, what's wrong with my baby? But there was no fear. I could still feel worried, right? I could still feel like, oh my God, like, am I okay? But it helped me stay calm. Like, even though my heart was beating fast, I wasn't anxious though. So it wasn't like, and that's how spiritual it was. It was like, I could say I'm not stressed because, I'm not anxious. I'm calm. I'm not even worried. I'm not even like in fear right now. But it doesn't always have to be because of that. It's just trying to tell me something. And it's just like, just listen, just listen. Okay. So, because it's everything else. Yeah. You don't have fear anymore because we took that from you. Yeah. You don't have nothing to worry about because we're here for you, but you still need to do what you have to do for you. Right. And so the things you can control, are you drinking your water consistently? Meaning last month you were good. Chefs, kiss. We love it. But this month, ma'am, what are you doing? Remember, Alice, we have to maintain it. For that sake, hold on. And it is that serious because it's like you have to consistently, those people that every time you watch them or you see them, they sipping something, they just, they smart, they wise. They probably either knew because they've been here before, they've been dehydrated or whatever, or they just love their water, or they just knew, like they just know, right? They didn't have to become dehydrated or this or that. They just, I don't know. They got good examples. They see people drinking. They always, keep them reminded. So it's just like, they can't even get three words out. Every time they finish a sentence, they probably even the ones that's like, I got to keep my saliva to myself. Cause it's that serious. This is big talk. You know, when you a kid, you ain't worried about that. You just like, let me get some juice. You know what I mean? You're not thinking what you have to do. It's just more of, you know, and I think that's another thing as well. When we were kids, we back in the day, you know, it was Juicy Juice, it was Sunny Delight, it was Capri Suns, it was Kool-Aid. Okay, it was sweet tea, it was iced tea, it was Lipton tea, you know, and who don't want juicy juice? So we always hydrated because it's like that's good. It tastes good on our taste buds. So it's like we filling our cup up. They had to tell us no juice. They had to tell us don't be filling that cup up, or you're gonna eat your food before you drink that juice. You see that? So we got to give ourselves grace a little bit because this is water we're talking about. And we know children, if you were to give them water instead of juice, they're going to have a hard time drinking it. So it's the same thing with us. It's like if it was juice, like if I was to put some synthetic potion into this juice, oh, I could down that quick, like straight. And I'll be on to my fifth water bottle with this substance in it within an hour. Like in an hour, I already down 5 bottles because of this taste, you know? So yeah. So I give myself grace, but yeah, no, Alice. Okay. You gotta put that to your ears. Yeah. You hear that? That's my left. No, this is my left. Yeah, this is my left. This is my right. But yeah, no. Okay, Alice, no. You got to understand that regardless of what we believe, we still have to understand where we at. And we got to understand that the body is working, and it's been working for 30 something years. So yes, as much as I could be like, oh, I'm going to be, you know, like, I'm not worried about nothing. Not say worried, but yeah. Now, obviously, for a second I was worried, but naturally I'm not worrying. I'm not in fear. I'm not going to be naive to be like, okay, not know where I'm at. I'm still in a body that is beyond my will. Yes, I could be the person to be like, oh, oh gosh, I'm learning because for a second, I would have been that person that's like, oh, I'm gonna stay this way forever, for a second. But I still knew, like, you know, like meaning when I said that, I was just meaning that, you know, I think because I still look good, I still look the same, and for some reason people expect me to look older. I don't know. I don't know, but it's just like I'll joke around and be like, no, I'm gonna be good forever. Like I'm gonna look, you know, for the most part. Of course, I'm gonna look older because I've been getting older. I don't look like a child, Alize. You know, I don't look like the teenager. I am getting older in the flesh. But shoot, I'm still gonna look good. You know, so I kind of joke in that way. But no, I mean, everyone should know, regardless of even how you look on the surface, the inside of our body, and that's what I'm saying, that for 30 years, my heart's been running. Can moment of silence for that? For 31 years, my heart's been running. The inside of me, my organs have been working for me. My immune system, everything, my cells. That I can't be naive and say, you know, the body's not going to get tired one day, or the body needs to rest, or the body needs to rejuvenate, or I'm not eating well or drinking well, so it's slowing. It's slowing the regeneration. Just like old, you know, when you're getting older, I don't know what it is. I think because we slow down. You know, there's a lot of things. When you're getting older, things just slow down. Because if you really see, it's working this whole time. it's going to eventually get tired. But what speeds that up is not working to keep it strong. It is a muscle. So the muscles, just like every muscle, gets, can, if you're not working on it, it relaxes. And in other words, it may weaken. Not to try to hurt you, but just that if you're not using it, you're not building it, so you're kind of just letting it go. Okay, and then you find out, oh, it seems a bit weaker. I'm not weak, but you're not using it. It's the same thing with everything. Because remember where we're at. We're in a body that has its own creation. You're coming in a body and you find out, now that we have scientists and surgeons, all of them, they operate on it, they experiment on it. And it's like, okay, so you have these organs, right? They teach us about the body. You have to take care of this, and you have this what it looks like. And it's like, don't scare me, It's like, that's in me, that's me. Some people like, dang, I'm just flesh and bone, ain't I? I said, no, I'm a spirit. I'm more than that. Ugh. I'm more than all that. What is that? All that flesh and bone. It's like, hello. And then there's people that's fascinated by it, right? They can tolerate seeing that stuff. They can tolerate smelling the body, the inside of it, smelling blood, smelling, everything we release. Some people, we can't have the stomach for it. We can't, we won't, we don't want to. It's like, we'll leave it to you. Okay. Thank you, surgeons. Thank you. We praise you. Because boy, you got a fascination, don't you? I'm looking at them sideways like, you want to tell me something? You can see stuff like that. You can see anything, you can see some, and that's why I give so much admiration for, just the justice team, because boy, I'll be watching Law and Crime sometimes, which sometimes maybe I shouldn't, but when you start watching stuff like that, it's real, right? The spirit is attached to it, because it's like the spirit wants you to know this is the truth. Yeah, it may cause trauma to you and your body, but that is why some people are stuck when they start watching one. They're gonna go for another one. They're like, ooh, but I still need to see it. I want to see it, because it's like, this is real. This is real, and that's all I'm saying. That I give so much admiration for the justice team, for healthcare people, people that see these things, because we all will eventually have to see it from ourselves or someone, whether we ask for it or not. There's situations that are happening every day, and then you find, and I'm not trying to be unhinged with how I'm speaking, but how else can I say it? You see someone that was beheaded, you see someone that had, let's just say they're, what's that word? Decapitated. Yeah, there we go. Someone that was decapitated, and now you see the bone and the flesh. Is that a good sight to see? No, but is it us? Is it the inside of us? Yeah, that could be us. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Let's say, people that know you, that know that they have wounds, deep oozing wounds, and now it's called an ulcer. It's a wound, right? And now it's a hole, deep wound, and inside is death. Inside is depth. Inside is deep. Inside is bone and flesh and infection and ooze. All the things that can be released. Is it a good sight to see? Is it a good sight to smell? Hell no. It smells like death. It smells like decay. Why? Because it is. Something is dying. Something is decaying. So that's why when you watch these shows, they say, I knew instantly there was death. I knew instantly there was someone decaying in here. There's something dead. Because you cannot get that smell. You can never forget it. It has this distinct smell. So that is why, again, we want to show appreciation for our justice team, because they have to see and deal with that every single second. They walking into situations that ain't nobody and they daddy signed up for. I didn't sign up for my eyes to witness this, nor my ears to hear it, nor my nose to smell it, nor me to have to confess this. But I'd be a liar if I didn't. And I'd be a coward if I closed my eyes to it. When this is real reality. Justice team, healthcare team. I mean, you deal with it every day. You know, like when you took your mama there, you took your daddy, your granny, your uncle, your sister, and you had that big wound and we had to patch it up. Pour liquid on it. Ugh. You know, it's the body. It's the body. And, you know, this is what you're in. So you already coming into a body already created. And it's like, oh, let me get to know my body. Right? So that's why you hear people say, you shouldn't be scared of your own body. You need to know your own body. You need to feel on yourself, you know, feel your boobs and make sure, and your arms, and, you know, yeah, it ain't like most ideal sometimes, especially if you're not taking care of yourself. Right? And if you find it unsettling, I'm sure people will find it unsettling too. But now you got people that are paid to do it. You see, but it's still unsettling. It's still what it is. It's unpleasant. It's like, it's a beautiful, scary thing. You know, as the body is a beautiful thing, right? It's miraculous. It's also like, it can be very disgusting, you know, if you're not taking care of it. And you just want to do your best. We all want to do our best. We all do. And we want to just be covered too, because anything can happen to you. You understand that? Like, there's unfortunate events, very unfortunate events that was way beyond your will. And I'm not talking about you eating unwell and now you got diabetes or this or that. No, that was your will. You had some control in that. I'm talking about freak accidents. And now you're in a situation and now you got to see yourself this way. Moment of silence for that, you know, because it happens every day. I see it every day. Well, not every day, but I've seen it. You know, I'm sure a lot of people see it because they get out a lot. Sorry. They get out a lot. Like, it's hard to not see people, all different types of people and what they dealing with, hear what they going through when you always in somebody's face or you always somewhere. Now, if you're with yourself, then you don't got to hear nothing. You ain't got to see nothing, right? You can choose to turn your TV off, choose to shut it out. But if you're a person that gets out every day, you know, likes to be around people, well, you're going to be seeing a whole lot, hearing a whole lot, feeling a whole lot. There's going to be things that you like, dang, I didn't come here to see that. But yeah, you did, because you're out. You're outside of yourself. You're in the outside. You're not in the inside where you can shut it out, right? Or if you work in healthcare, the hell, they're gonna look at you like you signed up for this. Just like the patients, they gonna look at you like, you ain't gotta work here if you don't want to work here. You ain't gotta You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard them say things to certain people, like, if they feel like, you don't want to be here, they'll say it. Like, are you okay? You don't want to be here? Because you could go. You ain't got to take care of me. You can find somebody else. Find somebody else to do, help me. Things like that. You got the entitled ones where they just want to boss you around. And then you just got people that, some people do come with an attitude. Some people actually don't want to be there, but they hold it on their sleeve, right? Like, you can see it. You can feel it. Sorry, I didn't mean to smack my teeth. I hate that. But yeah, so the body. It's a beautiful thing, though. It's just what it is. It's a miraculous all type of thing. Like, it's gonna make you feel all types of ways. So to be healthy is to be healthy and happy. To be sick is not to be sick and it's just what it is. You're gonna be sick and in pain and dying, like, or you're gonna be low vibration, because that's just what it comes with. Yes, you can keep your hopes up and you can try to be happy, but it's not natural that way, right? Like, you're sick, you're dying. You can't even feel okay. Your spirit, right? Your spirit wants you to. Your spirit is trying to keep you lifted, but dang, I'm in pain. Like, you ain't trying to be unhappy to everyone, or you're not trying to, show that side, but it's real, is it not? That the body affects you. It affects your spirit. It weighs on it. And it's just what it is. Like, let's get real with it. Now, yeah. Because I was going to say, everything connects, where I could take that and go into something else. But, I actually stopped myself, thought about it. Like, do I really want to skirt? We'll turn the other direction. What time is it? All right. Well, all you could do is literally just do what you can do and keep that in mind. Like, I'm going to take my time and stay calm, because you can't change what you got to do, right? Like, you can't change what has to happen. Like I said, if you got to go into the plantation, what's going to make it even harder is trying to control that, trying to control the time, keep looking at the time, keep overthinking, where it's like, here's another thing. And you learn this, right? It's better to do all that you can do to keep yourself lifted, and not even try, but you should come to eventually normalize that it ain't going to stop me from being me. It ain't going to stop my plans. It ain't going to stop what I want to do. It ain't going to stop what I need to do because I got to go to the plantation. Because it did. It does. It could. It would. Right? Because there's times, especially if you're working back to back to back. Not only that, but you're working 12-hour shifts. People are working 16-hour shifts. Back to back to back. It's going to put you in a mode where you're robotic, where it's like the depression will fall on you quick. It's a temporary depression, but all you're gonna have no choice but to do and know you have to do. That's the thing. You're gonna know what you have to do. You can't do nothing else. You won't want to do nothing else. And that's where the depression will start, because you know that you got to go back to the 16-hour shift. So you better get in the bed. You better. Get under those covers. Close the laptop. It's, you done got 4 hours and okay, that's enough. Because you don't got 8 hours no longer to sleep. It's just like, again, I have to go through every scenario because we've gone through these stages and phases where it's like, you'd be a fool. You'd be a fool because it's weighing on you mentally, psychologically, and physically. That you're already physically tired, that the body's already weak. So the body needs rest. Ain't no whiffs, buts about it. You feel it in your eyes. You mentally drained. You can't look left or right. You can't even go out to just walk because you're just so tired. You can't even go out to just like watch. You can't even watch a movie because it's like I'm exhausted. So to have to do that back to back to back to back. All I'm saying is, if that's the case, because we might have a busy week, we done took our vacation, we done celebrated our birthday month by ourselves, so we need to remember, until it can be normalized, that we are in control. Some people might not be able to, space out their work days. Nowadays, they should be working with you. Nowadays, especially if you work long hours, like, you don't actually have to work the whole week. That's because you want that overtime. So let's just say that, okay? Let's just tell the truth. Don't just say because you need the money. I'm just saying that you can have time to rest. You ain't got to be robotic like that. Like, chill out. Anyway, my point is that if that's the case, again, we need to space our work days out. Day off, day on, 2 days in, 2 days out, like whatever, 3 days in, the rest out. However you want to do it. Whatever is good for your mental. Like, for me, it always changing, but sometimes honestly, I want as much freedom as I can get. So that may be I work today, off tomorrow, work the next day off. Like, I need that I need that psyche. I need to know, like, yo, I'm off when I get off. I'm off when I get off. Ain't no I'm off and I'm not off, because I know that I'm right back to this. You're crazy. You're hurting me right now. You're scaring me. You're scaring me. It's like, yo, I'm about to go crazy. Like, I'm about to go crazy. But there's been times where obviously, I work 3 days off, or I work 2 days and I'm off, or I work, 4 days and, so I've been through all of that, right? I've been through all that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's whatever works for you. But I've gained this knowledge because I lived through this, right? So it's like, I know how it feels. I know how it could be. And it's just like, okay, what are ways we can deal with this crap? And so I'm trying to normalize it, because I know there's times where I get off and I have to be right back to work. And I know that I'll be a fool to stay up. I've done it before. To where it's like, dang, I couldn't even go to sleep. Like, it hit like the 6 hour, and I couldn't even go to sleep. And I'm at, I got maybe like a 15-minute power nap. So I've been through all of this, like all of it, day shift, night shift. So I just want to say that the best way in all scenarios is do what's best for you. But ideally, you want to be able to, and again, if it's not affecting your psyche, then you could go back to work. Man, that's easy peasy. That's easy. You getting easy money because you actually love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't bother you. And I'm not saying that, a person that sit at a desk all day got an easy job, because again, it's psychologically draining. You understand? Like, you're still tired. Even so, like, when you're not really doing much, time goes by so slow. So that's another thing. Like, when I do day shift and then I go back to nights, I'm like, whoa, it feels depressing because it's so slow. Yeah, I'm still working. I'm still on my feet. And then there's day, because night is night, right? But if you're working in a place where it's 24/7, there's people always up, always need something, always want something, don't care to serve them. You're serving, you're up. So yeah, there's times where it's like you ain't even get to sit down even at night. or you got a good 3 hours in. Like you got like everything was like they was on their best behavior. Okay. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I come back to this. I'll come back tomorrow. Cause you got energy. You still got your power. That's when it's like, oh yeah, I could definitely do this again. So that's understandable. But again, just pointing out all scenarios, even if you aren't a person that's clinical. And when I mean clinical, I don't just mean like healthcare. I mean like with your hands, you're moving around. Even if you're not a person that does a lot of skills, do a lot of skills, a lot of physical labor. There, Alice, you got it. Physical labor. It's still taxing on you because let's just be real, you're not home. Everybody wants to be home, so that's draining. Everybody wants to be in their bed. Everybody wants to be out and having fun. It's just nobody wants to be there anyway, you know. And then again, it's just psyche, right? Because again, if you're not doing physical labor, but you answering calls all day, you talking to people, you writing things down, you know, or you're just sitting there, it's like, ugh, you know, you're still getting tired because it's like, I'm bored, or like people are irking my nerves just talking to me, like hearing what they have to say, right? Their issues. It's like, oh my God. Like, I love you, I care, but it's just too much. I need a refresh. I need to go home eventually, soon. Especially if it's more than like the normal hours. It's like, you got to remember people are going to work for 12, 16 hours. Okay. How is it 12 hours? Dang. That make 8 hours of cakewalk. Okay. Just like I said, when I be doing day shift and night shift is a difference. Just like if I was to do an 8-hour shift, I'm like, hold up. I've been missing something. Like, it's been a while. Where you been? How, this how you feeling? Cause this is cakewalk. I could do this. I could do the 8-hour. That's easy peasy. Right after I get from lunch, I'm like, oh, I'm headed home soon. This on the psyche. It's easy on the psyche because it's like it's only 8 hours. But only because you came from a 12-hour shift. If you only knew an 8-hour shift, it'd still be long enough. It's like, nah, it's long enough. But you come from a 12, 16-hour shift, it's like, yo, man, sign me up for the whole week, 8 hours. Now that even sound crazy because I ain't doing the whole week, but you get what I mean. Like, I could do that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because, girl, like, we going home soon. Like, I just got here, but I know we going home in a few hours. Literally. You know, it hit 12 o'clock. It's like, yo, home at 3? Really? 4? Okay, 4:30 still. Same thing to me. Same thing. She said, yeah, girl, 4:30. I said, okay, well, 4:30. We going home. And the sun's still shining. And I can still grab lunch even if I didn't eat lunch at 12 because it's still lunchtime. Yeah. Like, it's just a whole new world. But, you know, we love the 12 hours for a reason. It ain't for them. It ain't for who and them and them. You know, it's because we ain't got to come back to them and who. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm only required to do three days. That's full time, 3 days a week. Okay. 12 hours though. So I gotta do 12 hours. Okay. But if it was just 8 hours, I would have to do 5 days a week. That just sucked everything out of me. I see myself a corpse. I was a corpse for a second. The Crips corpse, the corpse of the Crip. He done popped out. I said, hold up. is that the Crip? You know, he came on my behalf, like, what? But yeah, so, you know, you do what you can do and work around it. So if you could take time off, take time off. If you could space it out, space it out. Again, it's the psyche. Obviously, it's the body too, because listen, if the psyche is psycheing, but the body is still willing, oh yeah, you can definitely pull through it. But you definitely cannot pull through it if the psyche is good, but the body is dead. You're going to be dead. You're going to be dead. Your mind's still sharp, but your body don't work. So which one is it? The body ain't working. You ain't working. Sorry. But I know you want to work because you just told me you did. But Tony, you can't move. You can't move, Tony. I mean, hello? So trust your, listen to your body, Tony. Next time, listen to your body. Because we don't want to be picking you up. We don't want to be picking you up off the floor again. Because you came to work. Because you knew that you could go to work. Your psyche was good. You was like, I wanted to work. I wanted to be here. I was so pumped up. I said, but your body was weak. You didn't get no sleep. Last night, I seen you pacing like you was running the pacer. You was so filled with adrenaline because you was overexerting yourself. I even could tell you that. We love you, but I mean, your body has to be tired from that. You didn't even sit down not once last night. When you went from this room, you went to the next room, and you never even came back to the desk. You didn't even get lunch. Did you eat? No, I wasn't hungry. What'd you have? I had an energy drink. Okay, and then you crashed, right? Remember, well, we picked you up because you went smack on the ground. So, baby, lay down. Just stay there. Stay there. I know you think you can move, but you can't. Call us. Get up. That's why the rails are up. Call us. You're a fall risk. You know this, Tony. Anyway. So do what you have to do. I mean, do what you can do. And be not a fool. Be not a fool. In other words, if I know that I want to live as normal with having to report back to the plantation, well, I already know all the scenarios of how it could be, right? Like I could be Tony, I could be this, I could be that. Okay, what is the best scenario? Okay, after realizing and hardship and felon test and all that, what have we come up with? Well, let's say we work today. Okay. We made sure that we was off tomorrow. Yeah. So that meant that my psyche is not heavy. Yeah. Even though we still got to work today, I feel good. I feel all right. Yes, who wants the plantation? But come on. We get what we saying that. I feel all right. I can still do some things, go some places, and know that, yes, I have to work, but I could rest tomorrow. Whereas before, if my psyche is not right, what do I look like? Going here, going there, doing this, doing that, knowing that my psyche is going to drain me because it's already drained. And then I got to make sure I get sleep to do the work. in the plantation because I'm already drained psychologically already. And then to know that I got to do this all over again tomorrow. All of that just seemed crazy. Why am I even psychologically drained? Like, why am I drained? Right? We got to fix that. Because, again, in all scenarios, I could have been good with my psyche, done everything else, went to work, and could have went to work the next day. But no, I should already know that I'm burnt out. Like, I need a break. I can't get out of my work today, but I know I need to rest. So I can do what I want to do. Like, for example, if I wanted to catch a movie, okay, I went to the movies. I feel nice. I feel like I'm actually living outside of the plantation. Okay, I'm doing something rather than, going in the plantation, coming back home, going to sleep and eating and gaining weight, more weight. It's like, dang, you could have gained weight, happy weight. This ain't happy weight. You could have been gaining weight because you went to some barbecue. You ain't even go to a barbecue. Like, nah, hold it. You ain't even go to no barbecue. They would have thought like, dang, girl, you eating good. Like, you must be having a whole good old time. And lo and behold, you only eating because you stressed the hell out. And all you doing because you working and coming home. Working and coming home, you ain't even living. So how the hell are you gaining weight? It ain't happy. It ain't happy. You lied. We lied. You lied. You can't even say you're in a relationship. You're just happy. Nope. You can't even say you've been spoiled. Who been spoiling you? You can't even say that your man been spoiling you with all this goody, and that's why you got a little chubby. Nope. You can't even do that. So how the hell did you gain the weight? Horrible. Because we're being robotic and it's messing with our psyche and we can't freaking live. You would have thought you'd lose weight. Hell no. I'm a foodie. That's another thing. You can't forget that. I'm also a foodie. I like food. Not saying that they don't like food, but god dang, like I'ma eat it. I'ma eat it. I'll try it. Yeah, I'll try it. Let me see. Let me smell it. Let me taste. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, let me see. Can we not forget that? Because Susie over there, like, well, listen, honey, I done lost weight. Okay, Susie. But Susie watches her weight. I never. Sorry, I'm just undisciplined too. So that's what I mean. It's like, give me some grace. God dang. It's just temporary. I'll be back. When I get this chemical imbalance fixed, I'll be back. Don't worry. Leave me alone. But yeah, so it's just like, dang, I want to live. Can I live at least? And that's the thing. It's like work-life balance, they say. I'm about to puke. Because what are they trying to say? What they know that we don't know. What they know that we about to find out. That we robots. That even though we leave work, we still in the zone. We still like, thinking about work. In fear of it, like, dang, am I gonna get reported? Oh my God, they called me. For what? You still in the zone. You in the shower in silence. This grown-up talk, because, when you really start working, you typically grown, right? I mean, I know there's some 20-year-olds still in their parents' house. So let's just say when you hit 30, you literally like grown. And so you in the shower silent. I'm talking about the silent times. It's like, you thinking about, what Tanya did at the workplace. It's like, I don't even hang with Tanya outside of work. Why am I even thinking about it? You know, I'm thinking about Tony because he slick disrespected me while I was trying to help him. You know, this was a customer, and it's just like, I don't even know Tony outside of customer service. But I'm in the shower in the silence, scrubbing the filth because I was outside, scrubbing to get clean because all the pollution and the toxins that I might have put in my body that's releasing. I don't smell too pretty. Ooh. Girl, you better. You better. But I'm over here thinking about things that have stressed me out that I was willing to leave behind. I left it at the door. Did I not? Just like how when I enter through these buildings, my spirit can't come in. Well, why can't I leave their spirit at their places? Huh? Oh, because it's their world and not mine. I bet. The zombies get what they want here, don't they? They get to follow us home. They get to threaten us, but we can't retaliate, can we? I get the message. So I'm just over here, you know, Sally Mae, plain old Jane, trying to do the best I could do. Amen. This is what I get. But I'm supposed to be quiet. Hush. Go to sleep. No, I want to live. For real. Like, I want to live. I've been asleep. I've been trying to be quiet. I can't no longer. You just can't. This ain't it. So that's why I'm here. I'm here right now. Like, what can I do? What can I do? Carl said, we going to drink. I said, Carl, get out of here. Get out of here, little bugger. Carl said, no. But that's what I mean. It's just like when you're not choosing to do those things, it's like, dang, I got to release it somehow. Who want to listen? Who going to listen? Shout outs to you. But I got to come on this mountain and roar these things. Hello! Hello? And then you hear a little quiet voice say, hello? What's up? You here? That's what's up. Well, anyway, I'm here because I have to and I want to and I chose to, I guess. But no, I have to. Out of all those things, do I really have a choice? You know, when you're giving up temporary things to soothe it and just bandage it. It's like, no. This is the only thing that I realize and that is just the truth. It will cure me. Coming to this mountain and releasing this to the universe. The universe hears it. Like someone out there, the stars hear it, the moon, whatever I'm looking at up in the sky, like I know for sure because they can't move. They got no choice. They listening. Hold up. It's a little too early for that. But they're listening. Like I know they listening. They gonna have no choice but to report back. So it's like, yes, twinkle, twinkle stars in the sky. Let me tell you what the hell been going on. And I'll be back tomorrow. And the next day. And the next, see you later. See you later. And maybe that one person down there somewhere that was like, hello. Maybe they'll be there tomorrow too. Hey. But I gotta do what I gotta do. That's all I can do. Because Carl talking about let's go drink. No, Carl. No, Bugaboo. Carl still, Carl still indulges in those things, and that's all right. That's Carl's choice. That's all right. He ain't going to hell, but he could get sick though. His chances against sclerosis. That's his. Hey, but that's all I'm saying. That it's just like there's only but so many things that you can do to like sort of soothe it, but I know that me releasing it is not going to just soothe me, but it's also going to like change the world. Me drinking is going to soothe it, but it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change me. It's not going to change the world. It's actually making the world a sicker place. For me, for Carl, for the children of the world that got to take care of Carl or would have to take care of me, when I just want to take care of you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to take care of you. I don't want you to have to take care of me, baby. I want to take care of you, whether you little twinkle toes or you got the big twinkle toes. I want to take care of you. I want to give to you. But that's what I mean. It's like indulging in these things or continue on willfully indulging into it. It's like, it's only going to make me be dependent. I can see the fate. And that's just in those certain places, but they're all potions. It's like, if I keep indulging into temporary pleasures or, as they call them, temporary pleasures, but they're poison, they're potions, they're destruction to us. They only cause death and sickness eventually. It's a slow death or it's a fast death. It may be a slow death to someone because it took them 50 years to get alcoholic hepatitis or something. Or it could have been, it only took like 2 years for them to be in renal failure, so that's why you don't follow the leader. But I mean, you don't follow after anyone. And that's just with anything. You don't compare yourself to anyone because you'd be wrong every time. Even people that look like you, like, oh, okay, so these are the statistics in our community. So, but no, it doesn't have to be. Yes, statistically, it shows that. So we might have a higher chance of getting these things and this and that. But even still, it doesn't have to be if you choose something different. Because then we have to look at it and be like, okay, why is it so statistical? Why as a whole, what as a whole are we doing? What are we indulging in together? When we have the cookouts together, because that's what we do. When our people come together, what do we like to do? We like to eat. What are we eating? We're all eating the same thing. What are we putting into these things? So of course we're all going to end up with those things. Of course we're all going to look a certain way. But you go to this other sort of community and they don't eat certain things that we eat, or they don't put certain things in their food the way we put it. So they look the way they do. They're not getting the things we're getting. It's right in our faces. Yes, if your blood, there's something in your blood where you're easily affected by certain things, just like if you're infected, right? You have a weak immune system, then it's easier for you to get sick. Then yes, that is true. You need to know those things. But just collectively, statistically, as, oh, she like me, so I'm going to eventually get those things. No. I'm only going to get those things if I'm following after her, or if I have a weak immune system, if I'm just not taking care of myself. Because I can go to the community and eat like them, and I'll be okay. I'll start looking like them. I'll start acting like them. I'll start talking like them, right? Statistically, I don't have to, because again, I can be raised among a different community and I can still sound like me. I can still keep my sense of the way I speak, right? I'm not speaking like, I'm not speaking like, I'm just speaking like me, right? So statistically, right? That's why there's statistics like, oh, if you hang around these certain people, you're going to end up like this. statistically. But that doesn't always mean it's a fact. I was raised around certain people, but I never was like them and still ain't like them. You see that? So I prove that. I prove that in who I am. I can prove that in the spiritual way. I can prove that in the physical way. I can prove that in this sort of interpretation and that sort of interpretation, because it's still going to always be the same. It doesn't dictate. No place, no person, nothing can change who you are unless you allow it. Unless you allow it. Because you know why? Because you still are who you are. You come into this world with a voice. You come in this world with already a sound. Your voice already has a rhythm. Your voice already sounds like something. But if now you are hanging around certain people and now you've adapted this sort of sound, this sort of rhythm, well, you've allowed yourself to. Yes, naturally in the psyche, we start saying certain words, right? In our family, we might say the same certain words because we hear it enough. But that's still, that's understandable. But again, who you are. I can't change my voice unless I want to, right? Or unless it's natural, unless I'm naturally changing it. Like unless I naturally react and it changes that way. Like I'm sighted, so maybe the pitch of my voice sounds a bit lighter. Or I start getting emotional, so the pitch of my voice starts to get deeper, right? That's naturally change. That's natural changes. But we already know what I mean when I say certain people just change the whole dynamic of their voice in a certain community. And then they all start sounding the same. It's like, what happened to your voice? What happened to the deepness of your voice? Like, where's your real voice? Why you sound like him? And him sound like him? What the heck? That's scary. And then you only hear their voice when they get upset or they're about to fight somebody or, they want to be who they are. Truly. But anyway, hey, the body. Let's hydrate. I'm telling myself this every day, all day. And I'll leave it there.